All right. So, I'm doing this real quick because I just thought it'd be a good idea to let y'all know about these two new items. Sit my little butt down. It's raining, of course, outside, and that sucks, of course. Let's get this back into order here. See what's going on. Let me flip this to my other account. So, the switch, air, this little guy right here, just came in today. And it was actually extremely easy to set up. I was actually surprised at how easy it was to set up. Hold on, come on. There we go. That'll pop it in. I'm gonna have to mute it then. So I hit mute. And hit that. And there we go. So that way I can see if anybody. Yeah, +1 for the charger. Yeah, the charger's awesome. That's something else I'm going to talk about. Oh wait, I can't see the type it could do that. That's holy crap! I'm losing all my hair. Anyway, this little guy is actually pretty nice. It has 3 different modes. It's very easy to set up. You just set it up like an airplane default with mode switch on your channel 5, which is, gear channel, and then a momentary switch, which I use the I because this is a DX63 Gen 3, yeah. And basically this is your arm and disarm for your motors, which is funny because when you first plug in the battery, it sits there, goes through its initiation, and automatically arms the motors, which I thought was funny. And then you got your mode switch, which your first one is aircraft mode, and then it does like a hybrid where you have yaw control, and then the first one is like, I think the first one, or the all the way back third is for quadcopter. If you were to take it out of this little frame, but I don't see why you would, because the whole cool part about it is the fact that it's a tiny little wing that you can fly inside your house. And I bet you, even though there's only about maybe 3 foot between me and the camera, I bet you I could fly this thing in between. Now it does come with this dinky little battery, 150 milliamp 1S 25C. That is dinky. But when I put the other little batteries I have, the batteries that go into the 230S Night helicopter, Blade S, actually fits. They are 150 milliamp as well, but they're 45. Busy. There. Sorry about that. At least you know it's actually live. So, the only bad thing I see about this little guy is the fact that you only get a little over 2 minutes of flight. It knows it's in my hand, it's not running. So 2 minutes of flight is not much. It got mad at me, apparently. That's the first time it's done that. What'd it do? Lose bind or something? Oh, my battery's getting low. That couldn't be what it was, though. Anyway, figures. As soon as you go live, everything goes wrong. I've already flown three batteries through it. Can't really say packs because it's not really a pack. It really did. I guess it's got telemetry. No. No telemetry. So I'm going to see if I can't fly this thing in between. There it goes. This is very tight in here. Almost messed up there. It is pretty cool though. This is in aircraft mode, so I do not have a yaw. I only have aileron and what would be your elevator is actually what's controlling your forward movement. So it's kind of like they've mixed it. And honestly, I think you could do this with just about any whoop, but you have to do the mixing in your controller. But it's actually a pretty cool idea. It's really nothing special about this thing. It will go pretty quick. Ew. Switch it better. I didn't switch it quick enough. Wow, that thing's way behind me. Let's see, proximate. Yeah. It's pretty cool though. So here's a close-up of it. As soon as I get over around here to it. So it's actually it's not much to it. And personally, I think if you ever damage this little foam, I don't know if they have spare foam parts for this. I haven't really looked yet. But I'm pretty sure you could take this and cut it out of like Dollar Tree foam board. And I think you could glue your little plastic pieces in and it would work just as good. You know, cut your little holes out. I think it would work fine. I'm not positive. That is a bright light. When you get close to the ceiling, it actually puts blade up on the ceiling, which is interesting. The other thing, of course, let me pull the battery out of this thing and turn the radio off so there's a fuss, is of course this battery charger. I've actually been looking at this thing for quite some time now, but I was leery about buying it because, well, to be honest, it's what, 260 something bucks. It's not cheap. But I was quite surprised because it's not as heavy as I thought it was going to be. And I'll just grab a scale real quick and get the actual weight of it. pounds. So it weighs 3 pounds, 13 ounces. So it's almost 4 pounds. Doesn't feel that heavy. It's almost 4 pounds. It has a nice little handle on it, which is probably why it doesn't feel as heavy as it actually is. But, where's my other one that I use all the time? Okay, this little guy right here, which is very dusty because it sits right here. This thing I have had for 4 years now. This is my first charger I ever bought. It has the little temperature sensor and the inlet for AC or DC. Well, this is actually DC input. You have to have the little transformer for that. And of course it has ports for 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, S. And then of course your power out. It will let you charge with just the power output and not plug it into the balance ports. But I never do it that way. I always use my balance ports because otherwise you're going to screw stuff up. This one works absolutely fine. It is perfect. It'll go up to 6 amps. And it's only like $20. So technically, I could have bought 4 of these and had the money to spend for 4 power supplies or, whatever to power them with, and I would have still come out less money than this. But then I would have 4 of these, 4 power leads, 4 of these guys that plug in, and that is just a whole lot of wiring and all to carry out to wherever you are going. This thing has a plug and everything where you can plug it into your car battery, or I'm going to make it for my cigarette lighter. Which makes it very convenient. It has 4 separate ports, so it's like 4 of those, which means you can, if you like parallel charging, you can put parallel chargers on each one, and you can do like 2, 3, 4 batteries. And it'll go up to 7 amps, 100 watt per channel, not total, but per channel. So you're looking at 28 amps, 400 watts total, which blows this little guy out of the park, of course. But there again, it is not cheap. If you look on the back of it here, it also has 2 USB ports for charging your laptop or your cell phone while you're charging your batteries, which is a cool little plus, I think. Up to 6S. I like the convenience of wall plug. I'm using an 80 watt. Unfortunately, 33 minutes to get from storage to full on 6S. Yeah, this one won't be like that, obviously, because, well, it's got a lot more oomph. I've actually been charging pretty low. What's this one on? This one's on this one here, 1500. Oh, I think I've got the cutoff at 1000, so I think it stopped at 1000. Basically, oh no, it stopped because of time. I'm charging them at very low amperage, which is why I'm not trying to rush, because it's raining outside and I don't even know if I can get a pack in. So I'm just charging them slow, waiting on the rain. I've got 2 or 3 charged now. But the menus on this thing, and you can't see it, but the menus on this act exactly like the menus on this, with the exception of you have 1 extra button that changes between your channel. And I don't know if you'll be able to see that in the, I wonder if it would be better if I cut out the light or two. Would that make it better? Yeah, you can see it change channel. It's probably still not going to be. I gotta wait for this thing to. But it didn't make any difference at all. That's funny. Well, anyway, it works just like this one. So you've got these 4 buttons right here, which is stop, battery type, back, forward, and enter, which is also start. Well, here you have stop, select, forward and back, and your enter, select, start. So these 4 buttons on the top are exactly like these 4 buttons on this. The menus are almost identical. The channel button changes between each bank. So right now, my first bank is charging, which is charging my battery for my S800. Go to the next one. This is the one that's charging this one that said it ran out of time, so we'll just hit stop. Hold the enter button, checks the battery, ask to confirm, enter, done, started. Alright, I don't have anything on 3, and I don't have anything on 4 right now either. It has 2 fans in the back to keep it cool. They're not quiet. They are fairly loud, but it's not too bad. This one here, I loved the ease of use on this one. You could not parallel charge with this one, but you would just take your battery, plug it in, and you're good to go. It automatically measures what it is, sees the voltage, and just charges. You just plug and go. But you can only do 1 battery at a time on this. Unfortunately, it died. And when it died, it wasn't the whole thing that died. It can still charge 3S batteries. But the 4th channel on this thing messed up. And I did not know it had messed up. So basically, because I didn't know it was messed up, I kept charging batteries. And it killed 4 batteries. It killed these 4 batteries. These 3 are brand spanking new. Cell 4 on every one of these is completely and totally dead. Now, this one's old. I've had this thing for quite some time, about 3 years, but I haven't used it a whole lot. It's the one I use for my Scorpion. Yeah, ouch. It's an 8,000 milliamp. It was a very expensive battery, and now one of the cells is dead. And one of the cells in each of these are dead. This is why I say get your batteries from Hobby King, though. These are about $16, something like that. 2400 4S, 135C, I think. 130C, my bad. 130C. Well, let's just kick all the light in. See how bright that gets. But I'm going to take and I'm going to salvage these packs, take out the bad cell, which is cell 4. Every one of these, cell 4 is dead. I can turn these into RC car batteries. Or I might take these 2, put them together, and then I'll have a 6S battery. 2400. I don't need a 2400 6S. I might just make, I don't know. Might make a 3S and a 2S, or I don't know. I'll figure something out on that. This one, I'm going to take it down to a 3S, and it's going to power my ground station. That's probably what I was going to do anyway, so that's not a big deal. Of course, with a dead cell, it makes me have to do it. And this one is depressing, because everybody knows venom is not cheap. And I don't know why this one did. It is dead. Cell 4 in this one is showing .001 or 0.02 or something like that. But I've put power to this and it still doesn't, it's not puffed. That's why I don't get it. It did not puff. It just died quietly in its sleep. So that's the story. The Inductrix is awesome. As you can see, you can fly it in a very small room. This room is probably 35 by 15 with a lot of stuff in the way. And you can actually fly it in there. I am going to be putting this right here. These things. So I'm going to be putting in a FPV system. This is a actual Spectrum. It's a 150 milliwatt. It actually has a pretty good picture on it. And I'm going to be putting the 2.0 power Woot connector on it because 2-minute flight time's not enough. And when I put the FPV system, it's probably going to cut it in half. And a 1-minute flight would just get you interested enough and piss you off. So we're going to go with the bigger battery. That's my first mod. I'm going to do the battery first. And once I do the battery, I'm going to see how it flies. And if it still flies okay, without too much problem, then I'm going to put the FPV system on it. And then we're going to see how it flies again. If it starts to act a little sluggish, I'm going to swap the motors out. I'm going to put some Newbie Drone Gold motors in it, which ups the KV and gives a little more oomph. And that should compensate for the extra weight. So that's what we're going to do there. Because this thing, FPV, I think would be awesome. I am going to put the camera underneath though, because when it starts flying, it's flying like this. And even at full angle, it's about straight. So I'm pretty sure that if I put it on top, I won't be able to see nothing. So we're going to try putting it on the bottom first. I might just poke a little tiny hole through here and put it through. Foam easy to mess with. But that's the deal, and hopefully, that's my business phone. I gotta check on it to see what's going on. Oh yeah, that reminds me. If anybody, hardwood install. Anybody wants any pins? I don't know if you can see that. Oh, come on. But we have pins, a few, not many. And we finally got our stickers in. Yay! Okay, it's not that cool, but it's a little cool. So, if you shoot a email to well, it's not there. Oh well. Go to the website, you can see it. It's basically carborough.chapelhillfpv@gmail.com. If you go there, send us an email with your address and tell me if you want a pin or a sticker or both. I'll try to get that out to you. What the hey? Limited time, because these won't last long at all. And I've only got like maybe 10 pins. I did not jip out. These are freaking nice pins. Because a lot of times when you get pins like this, they're real crap. And I didn't want to get crap pins. So, ooh, that actually feels really good. Anyway, like, subscribe. We will be doing a giveaway at some point on the, what was it? The little Cessna style Champ. Yeah, Champ S Plus. Little GPS, tiny little quad, no, not quite, fixed wing, yeah. So, let us know. Keep an eye out. And we'll see you on the flip side.